Sometimes the simplest rituals feel like a love letter to yourself. Making a cup of tea, taking a deep breath, just being, existing in the present. Over this past year, and especially now, I've been learning to slow down, to let the world move on without me trying to catch up constantly. Fall in my little New England town feels like walking inside a painting. The reds, oranges, maroons, and golds are everywhere I look. The intoxicating smell of the fall leaves, mixed in with the super crisp crunchy sounds as they give under my feet, is nothing short of blissful. And in these moments, the world just seems to stand still, like it's holding its breath, hoping, begging to stay in it for a moment longer. This season always reminds me to pause and appreciate what's happening right in front of me, to step out of my anxiety-riddled thoughts and simply exist, or in my case, melt into the present. These past few weeks have been it's been a joy. My great Halloween art sale wrapped up and it was filled with so much love and support from all of you. And it really means the world to me knowing that these paintings, these quirky little pieces from my imagination from many Halloweens of yesteryear, are finding their way to new homes. And using the Wheel of Destiny to decide the raffle winner, I was finally ready to send Morticia, my cara mia, to her new home. Thank you all for making this sale so special. There's something really grounding about this part, packing up art, knowing it's going to bring a little spark of joy to someone else's space. My brush strokes, my emotions, my tendencies, all whimsically captured in the paint textures, all of which rock someone else's world so much that they simply have to live with this painting inside their house. That's really freaking cool. It's a quiet reminder that art connects us, even across miles. Lately, I've been feeling really inspired by the colors of fall, the deep reds, the warm yellows, the way everything seems to glow with a gorgeous fire before it fades. So, I took this as a sign from the greater powers that be to dive in and explore this a bit further in the studio. I'd gone out and I collected a bunch of leaves with different colors and shapes that fascinated me, plus a few red cherries from our cherry tree. I sat down with some herbal hot tea and worked out a few concept sketches based on these colors. I kept envisioning a woman enveloped in the warm browns and yellows with a misting swirl of gorgeous saturated reds flowing from her face. In the moment, I was kind of vibing with this and didn't really have much of a rhyme or reason. I just kept seeing this image in my head. But after putting down my markers and kind of thinking about it, I felt that this sketch was touching on something even more profound: change. In a time when fall goes into full swing, when I can finally put away the beach towels, snuggle in my librarian cardigan, and switch over to long sleeve shirts and long pants, it's a season of transformation. What once was green and alive is now deep red and brown tones, and is, for a lack of a better word, dying. But I don't see that as a bad thing, more like a phoenix arising from the ashes kind of dying. A type of dying that requires me to try new things, release what's not serving me, Instagram, and pour more love back into myself, like more naps and taking time off to experience local places free from guilt. Maybe it's this time of the season where I find myself fighting head colds, hectic school drop-offs, dentist appointments, or dark mornings waking up bleary-eyed and sleepy for a brand new day of go, go, go. The time where I realize that sometimes I just do more than be. And the older I get, the more I realize that slowing down isn't laziness. It's wisdom. Rest is not an interruption of life, it is life. And maybe that's what this season, this particular concept painting that I'm working on here, is teaching me: to honor that change, to move gently, and to remember that doing nothing or doing very little can actually sometimes be the most beautiful thing we can do. Rest is sexy. Rest is glorious. And it's a practice that our bodies need. It's not a nice to have, it's a need. We don't need doom scrolling. We need to take a goddamn nap. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel the same way? How do you find ways to rest? Please comment, please share. I always love to hear how my other queens are bringing self-care into their reality. And I must say, I'm really excited to see where this sketch will take me. I really was playing with a lot of textures, playing around with a little bit of alcohol just to kind of see what happens. This was a big, fun experiment for me. Just, F around and find out. That was kind of where I was going with this. I kind of let my brain turn off for a bit and I just went for it. And, once I wiped the drool off my mouth after finishing a painting session, I was very profoundly impressed with what I was able to come up with just from this concept sketch alone. So I am anticipating that this will develop into a larger mixed media painting as well as maybe a series employing these colors and these figures and kind of these ethereal mists that are emanating from the female face. I hope you're excited because I think that's the direction we're going to be headed into. Stay tuned. Hold on to your hats, darling, because we're in for a ride. I hope this video reminded you that it's cool to rest, you deserve to rest, and you are worthy of rest. I bid you a good day, big hugs, and I'll see you next time.